with potential. Okay, relation of electric field with potential. Okay, આપણે પહેલા ભણી ગયા. Have we studied that potential at a point P is equal to negative integration of infinity to P E vector dot dr vector. Yes or no? Yes. Did you again? If you look at this formula carefully, what it is allowing you to do is that if you know about the electric field, you can find potential. Yes or no? Yes. But what if you want to go reverse? That is, if you know the potential and you want to find electric field, what to do? So obviously this is integration of E will give you V. So opposite should be differentiation of V will give you E. Is that okay? Right? So that's what this topic is about. Right? Let's suppose that when some small displacement of a charge occurs. Okay, let's say a charge moves from A to B, but the distance is not that big. So the displacement is suppose dr. And on this charge, the electric force is acting, that is F A vector. So F A vector dot dr vector should be dw E. Yes or no? What's with it? Small work done by electric field is equal to F A vector dot dr. Small displacement dr. Clear or not clear? Okay, directly from 11th term. Right? And integration karo to આવું આવે પણ એવું ન કરો. So this is dw. Right? Now dw is minus du. Okay. Work done by conservative force is negative of change of potential energy. Okay or not? Okay. That is equal to F vector dot dr vector. Right? Okay. Instead of F vector, if I write Q E vector dot dr vector. Okay, and I divide by Q on this side. And if I divide by Q on this side, what is U by Q? V. So do you realize that dV can be written as minus E vector dot dr vector. Clear or not? Yes? No? Yes. Sure, you all understood how we got V, because when you divide by Q, U upon Q becomes V. Q is a constant, that's why we don't have to worry about its differentiation rate. Fine. આ બે એક જ છે. I mean not this one actually, this one. Delta V, that's it. Potential difference between 2 points A and P is given by this relation. So this is the form with integration and this is the form without integration. Is that okay? Right? Now, let's go to the next thing from here. Suppose that there is X, Y and Z axis as usual. Okay, and let's say the charge in some other case, charge is moving from one point to the other point. But let's say the charge is moving towards only the X axis, that is only along it. Is that okay? Yes or no? Right? So first of all, I'm going to write this in the component form. Is the component form clear? Yes. Okay then. What is dr vector? Dr vector is small displacement. How to write it in component form? dxi can plus dy negative plus dz negative. Is that okay? Yes. Similarly, how to write electric field? dxi can plus dy negative plus dz negative. So when you take dot product x with x, y with y, z with z, and we are to okay, a vector dot b vector is equal to x plus ay by plus dz dz. Minus sign was already there. Clear? Yes. Okay. 11th my dot product formula दी थी ने. A vector dot b vector is a because theta, and what's the other one? Ax bx plus a, that one. Okay, it has been used. Now, like I said, suppose the charge particle moves along x-axis like this, okay, parallel to x-axis. So, do you agree that in this case, dy will be equal to 0 and dz will be equal to 0? Yes or no? Yes. No. The displacement is horizontal. So, there is only x component of displacement, but no y component and no other component. Easy to get? Yes. Sure. In other words, you can say y is constant and z is also constant. Fine. So if we apply that here, so this step would become, for this particular case, this would become dv is equal to minus ex dx. Yes or no? Yes or no? बाकी बच क्या है? Zero. So ultimately we get ex equal to minus dv by dx. So although this looks like differentiation, okay, although this looks like differentiation, but it's not. Here we have made two assumptions to reach to this step. It is that y is constant and z is also constant. Yes or no? Only when I took the displacement to be like this, horizontal, that is only x is changing, y is not changing and z is not changing. Clear or not? Only then we get this. So this is not ordinary differentiation. This is differentiation with the condition that y is constant and z is also constant. Okay? Clear or not? Yes. So this is called partial differentiation. You know about partial differentiation? Yes. Where have you learned? मैं क्या सीखा? एक बार ग्रेविटेशन 5-6 जन बेटा लगता है क्या? बहुत था. I don't know. Right. Anyway. So this is called maths में आता होगा क्या? सिलेबस में तो नहीं देते, ना सिलेबस में नहीं होता. ना तो क्या कई ट्रिक में यूज करता हो तो. बरोबर जो रोना पड़े क्या में यूज करें? हाँ? अपने सारे करेगा तू. Okay. So ex is minus dv by dx. But with y is constant and with z is constant. So we don't write it like this, we write it as partial derivative or partial differentiation. Okay, minus del v by del x, if and minus del v by del x. This is basically differentiation and in fact easier than that. Okay, what writing like this means is that you have to differentiate v with x, same meaning of, but treat y and z as constant. एकदम easy. कोई झंझट नहीं, multiplication rule, division rule, nothing. Got it? Okay, so this is how you get x component of electric field. Now gravitation में आते हैं. Now I remember that I have taught you. Okay, right? Now suppose instead of moving along x-axis, if the charge would be moving along y-axis or parallel to y-axis like this instead of this, what do you expect? dx will be 0, dz will be 0, and above you repeat the say Ey equal to minus del v by del y. Is that clear? Yes or no? Yes. What does this symbol mean? Do differentiation of v, that potential with y coordinate. But consider other variables as constant. Which other variables? X and z. So if you do that and then put a minus sign, you get the y component of electric field. Method clear? Yes. Similarly for z. Once again, those who remember it from 11th, you have nothing new to learn. खाली symbol change here. ओला में I हसे, अम्मा E है. Okay, so if you want to put everything in vector form, finally, you can write it as E vector equal to x component, y component, z component, right? Ex I caret plus Ey j caret plus Ez k caret, then that is equal to minus, you can take minus common if you want, okay? dx by dv by del v by del x I caret minus del v by del y j caret capital and minus del v by del z a. Clear? This is how you can find out what electric field from potential. Right? Electric field from potential. Integration करवाना तो आप बढ़. इकावड़ी क्यों? अबे कुंदू सीखो. Okay, that you can find electric field from differentiation of potential, but not just ordinary differentiation, partial. Okay, what is it called? Partial differentiation. Okay, shall I erase everything? एक एग्जांपल करिए तो मैं समझ पड़ी जाए શું કરો. Suppose someone gives you a relation of OV, that is potential. Let's say that relation is x squared y squared z in volt. Okay, where this is x y z coordinate, right? And now someone says find electric field vector at the point 1 1 1 meter. Okay, you want to find electric field at 1 1 1 meter. एकदम basic question है जब. बाकी बीजू બધું આમાં mix કરી શકે if you want. Right? But this is the focus of this topic, the relation of V with E. Done? Okay. શીખવાડું differentiation પહેલી વાર છે. Okay, have a look. Suppose we want to find Ex first. Let's do it step first. પહેલા E. So how much is Ex? Minus del V by del X. So minus differentiation of this with X but treat Y and Z as constant. So જ્યારે કરો છો તો ખાલી અંદર શું રહેશે? આવું જ આવશે ને? Raise your hand if you understood this clearly. Why are Y and Z outside? Constant. Throw them. Is it fine? Yeah. Okay, now what this is ordinary differentiation only. All the rules apply. Okay, so del x squared by del x will be 2x. Is that okay or not okay? Yeah. Sure, everyone. So our answer is minus 2x y squared z. Understood? Minus 2x y squared z. Y squared x. Okay, fine. Okay, and then we have to find it at which point? At 1 1 1. So if you put values, therefore Ex will be equal to, if you put all the values, 1 1 1 minus 2. Any question? Everything clear? Similarly, can you find Ey and Ez and then finally write the E vector? Come on. Do you realize the second one E by will also be the same? Yes. Because it's also y squared. Others are constant, and then you do y squared differentiation will be 2 1. So basically, first of all, you get minus 2x squared y z. Right? Everyone get that? Yes. Now put 1 1 1. So this becomes minus 2. Okay? Yes. Clear? And now Ez. Differentiation of z only is 1. Is that okay? dz by dz is 1. So this is just minus x squared y squared. Clear? Everyone got that? Yes. મારાથી પહેલા કરો છો ને? Yes. Okay? So this is equal to how much? Minus 1. And answer is minus 2 I caret, minus 2 j caret, and minus 1 k caret. Okay? I will the expression and go out. In fact, like I said, it's easier. We have them differentiation or the multiplication rule. Yes or no? So partial derivatives are generally easier to do. Okay? Fine. So you might need it in some questions where potential information about potential is given and we want to find something about electric field. Okay? Well, if તો આ ટોપિક ના ક્વેશ્ચન કોકવાર એવું છે, કોકવાર નીટ માં આવે અને કોકવાર જેડબલ્યુ માં નો પૂછે અને જેડબલ્યુ એડવાન્સ માં પૂછે. નો, this topic is a little unpredictable, right? આમ easy છે, but it's not given in the book anyway, at least not directly. બાકી પછી તમે બુક માં જે આપ્યું એમાંથી ડેરિવેશન કરો, that's a different. Okay, so this is the relation of field with potential. Okay, well, let's go over to the next, that is equipotential surface. equipotential surface. This surface is also very big, isn't it? How many pages is it from the book? About 40 or say 40 pages from the book. Index में जो है ना कवर पड़ जाएगी 32 pages. So equipotential surface. Read the name, and I'm sure most of you will understand its meaning. Equi means potential, you already know. So a surface where everything has same potential, that's called equipotential. Let's write the definition. A surface, real or imaginary, okay, either one, no problem, on which every point or each point has same or equal potential. A surface on which every point has same or equal potential is called equipotential surface. So far, if you would see the diagrams that we are drawing every time, we are drawing field lines, yes or no? We use electric field lines to represent or imagine what kind of field there is, correct? Okay, equipotential surfaces are actually another way to imagine or represent the electric field, okay? And yeah, they are related with electric field lines also, so we'll see, we'll explore it. Let's start. First of all, I will begin with a very simple example of equipotential surface, the easiest example. Suppose there is a point charge, positive, let's say. Okay, then potential due to a point charge is kq by r. Does it depend on direction? No. So if you take 1 point, let's say at 1 meter from this charge here, you take 1 point 1 meter at this on this side, similarly 1 point here at 1 meter on this side, and so on and so forth. Then to realize like this, we can have a collection of points, all of which have the same potential, that is k into q divided by 1. Yes or no? Yes or no? But it's not just a circle, let me tell you. Because distance can also be in 3D, right? Do you realize that there can be 1 point here which is at 1 meter away? Like this, it will form a sphere. Yes or no? Sure. So every point on this sphere will have same potential. How much potential? kq by 1. We put r as 1 because the distance from the charge is 1. So that means that for a point charge, when it creates an equipotential surface, when a point charge creates the equipotential surface, what will be the shape of that equipotential surface? It will be a sphere. Where will be the center of that sphere? At the point charge. I hope you get it, because it will surround it from everything. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, so let's write that first. Okay, EPS is the short form of equipotential surface. For a point charge, equipotential surface for a point charge is a sphere with center at the charge. Right? Will you be able to remember this simple but useful sentence? They might ask you shape of the equipotential surface for a point charge, and the answer will be it's a sphere. Right? Okay. Now, is this the only equipotential surface? Can you think of another equipotential surface for this point charge? Instead of radius or distance 1 meter, suppose we start collecting those points which are at a distance 2 meter, for example. So over here, over here, over here, over here, like that, over here, so on and so forth. Yes or no? Yes. Do you realize it will make another sphere? Yes. Yes or no? Do you realize it will make another sphere? Clear? So for this point charge, or for any point charge, every equipotential surface is a sphere. Different surfaces will have different radius. That's it. Center will always be at the chart. Got it? Yes or no? Sure. Fine. And we have covered this idea earlier as well. Okay. But I think it is important if I show it on this diagram as well. I just make it a little bit better. Okay. So, do you realize that if this is an equipotential surface here, what are electric field lines of this point charge line? They will come out from the charge radially, yes or no?
Yes.
Everyone get that?
Yes.
In all directions. So can you tell me what is the angle here, 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 here? They are all 90, yes or no?
Yes.
Everyone get that?
Yes.
Because in a sphere, if you draw a radius, then that radius will always be perpendicular to the tangent. Yes or no?
Yes.
Everyone got that?
Yes.
So this is another very useful lesson. Okay, that's right. Electric field or electric field line. Either. Electric field or electric field line is always normal to the equipotential surface. We are going to prove it also. Right now I have just started it off with intuition that here we can see that in every direction when it goes out, when it crosses that equipotential surface, we are getting a right angle. Okay, so electric field line is always normal to the equipotential surface. When you put what is the angle between electric field line and equipotential surface? The answer will be 90 fixed. Okay, doesn't matter what's the charge, doesn't matter how much, anything. Okay, this sentence is always true. Fine. Okay, let's prove. I'm going to erase what I've written here. Okay, I'm going to figure nothing erase also because we might need it sometime later. But I'm going to So over here. Suppose that this is some equipotential surface. Right? I don't know why it's like that, but it's like that. Okay, it's due to some charge. We don't care where's the charge and what it is. If I take 2 points on this equipotential surface which are close to each other, don't go by the diagram. This is an infinitesimal displacement. Okay, suppose we take 2 points which are very close to each other, A and B. Okay, so the displacement from A to B is an infinitesimal displacement. So even if this is curved, it doesn't matter because when you take very small part of a curve, it's flat. Clear? Just like Earth appears to be flat, even if it is curved, because we are just looking at a very small part of the curve. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Good. dV is equal to minus E vector dot dr vector. Yes or no? We have this relation. Okay, from earlier. Clear? Everyone got that? Okay, now. So we are going from A to B. If we go from A to B, we have this relation. How much is the change of potential if this surface that I have drawn is equipotential surface and A and B both are on the same equipotential surface? 0. Why? What is the meaning of equipotential surface? All points are at same potential. So how much is the change of potential when you go from A to B? 0. Clear?
Yes.
Change of potential is 0 because A and B both have same potential. So left side of this is 0. Clear or not?
Yes.
Okay, now we have got a dot product. So we know this dot product is 0. What are the possibilities? When can the dot product be 0? When theta is 90. Yes or no?
Yes.
Sure. There are other possibilities also. First, electric field is 0. We are not talking about that, it's a silly case. If electric field is 0, why are we even talking about equipotential surface? There is no need. Displacement is 0. Are you out of your mind? Okay, come back to the third thing, that is angle. Okay, basically displacement cannot be 0. We are saying that it's moved, okay, then it can't be 0. Clear? Sure? So that only leaves us with, this is only possible if theta is equal to 90 because other things cannot be 0. What does this tell you? It's telling you that when you move along the equipotential surface, theta is 90. What is theta, by the way? Angle between yes, angle between E vector and displacement vector. Yes or no?
Yes.
So when we move along the equipotential surface, we are actually moving perpendicular to the electric field. Is that okay? So that's only possible if electric field lines are like this. Yes or no?
Yes.
That is, the angle here is 90. That is, see, are A and B some special points? No. They could be any points, but they are on the same equipotential surface, right? And we are free to move in any way. It's not like we have to move in this direction only. We can go there on the side, no problem. But as long as we are moving on the equipotential surface, we are finding that theta will remain 90. What is it like? Suppose this board is equipotential, and if I go from one point to another, that means I have moved perpendicular to it. Okay, if I take another case where maybe I am going from C to D, then also I am moving perpendicular to the electron. If I go like this, let's say from X to Y, then also I am moving perpendicular to electric field. How is it possible? It's only one possibility, like this. Electric field must be pointing like this. Yes or no?
Yes.
So જ આ બધા કેસમાં perpendicular થાય. See, this pen is perpendicular to CD. This pen is perpendicular to AB. This pen is also perpendicular to this path at every point. Yes or no?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
So because A to B was arbitrary. Arbitrary means it could be anything. We don't care. ગમે તે લઈ લીધું. Right? And even then, we are always getting theta is 90. That is only possible if you have got some surface and the electric field is perpendicular to or normal to that whole surface. Is that clear?
Yes.
So that's the proof of the line above. That's why EFL is perpendicular or normal to equilibrium. Understood? If there are some other charges, suppose dipole है, 3 charges, 4 charges, तो બધા shape પછી complicated हो.
Electric potential line આપેલી સર આ પોઈન્ટ ચાર્જ ઇલેક્ટ્રિક પોટેન્શિયલ લાઈન આપેલી હોય
Equipotential line के surface
લાઈન આપેલી ને ઇક્વેશન આપેલું હોય.
Okay, I understood what you are asking. Sit down. Okay, so we are actually the topic is not complete, right? What you were asking about was going to get covered. So I'll continue with what I want to say. When I end, if you still have questions, you tell. Okay. So far we have seen that if I got a surface which is equipotential surface, then electric field is normal to it. Suppose this is one simple example of some equipotential surface. Means at all points on this surface, potential is same. So in which direction is electric field? Normal to it. But surface नाम है तो normal कई बाजू? क्या बाजू? How to decide? Basically, I am asking you, electric field will be towards which side? Which electric field direction is correct? Is this correct or is this correct? It can't be both. I hope you realize why. Because this is not a sheet. This is imaginary. Is that clear or not? Which one is right? Outward no. It's not flux. You understand what I am asking you? Yes or no? Which side normal? That's the question. Okay, which side normal? Any opinions? Anyone? Okay. If you will read some of the concepts that we have discussed earlier, you might be able to tell me. Right side. Here it is. What's so special about right side? Can't it be left side? We have written about electric field earlier. Direction of electric field. Direction of electric field or electric field line is from positive charge to negative charge. Okay, charge na form માં નહીં, મને potential ના form માં જોઈએ છે. Higher to lower potential. Okay, electric field lines point from higher potential to lower potential. Everyone remember that? Sure. Okay, that's the key to getting rid of it. So if you are just given one equipotential surface, it is impossible to decide left side or right. Is that okay? But the moment you are given two, it becomes very clear. Suppose this is one equipotential surface whose potential is told or mentioned to be 30 volt. And suppose there is another equipotential surface here, let's say, whose potential is known to be 50 volt. Then, between these two, electric field will be towards which direction? Towards the left side. Is that okay?
Yes.
Alright, left side and normal to both. Make sense?
Yes.
It may be uniform, may not be uniform. I'm not telling you anything about that. But whatever it is, it will be normal to both and towards the left side. Why towards the left side? Higher potential to lower potential. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay or not okay? Fine. That concept and what we have learned here together combined. Let's take another example. Point charge. Let me draw some equipotential surfaces. First of all, I'll draw one at distance, let's say 1 meter, for example. Then let's draw another one at distance 2 meters. Like this, do you realize that there will be concentric spheres? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
But if it's a positive charge at the center, right? If it's a positive charge at the center, then which surface, which equipotential surface, 1, 2 or 3, will be at higher potential? First one. Why first one? Because it's close. What is the formula of potential? AQ by R. So if distance is less, potential is more. So V1 will be greater than V2 will be greater than V3. So look at how field lines move, or I mean how field lines are pointed. Over here the field line will go like this, yes or no?
Yes.
Over here the field line will go like this, yes or no? See, they are going from higher potential
Lower.
higher to lower. Is that okay? Similarly, you can draw many more here, so that's how you get it all together. Clear?
Yes.
In every direction. Again, from higher to lower, higher to lower, higher to lower. Got it?
Yes.
Like this, the field line. So, did you understand the nice relation? There is actually a geometrical relation, if you think about it, between the field lines and the equipotential surfaces. You can kind of say that the field lines are just the normals drawn everywhere to the equipotential surfaces. Make sense or not?
Yes.
What are electric field lines? They are the normals drawn everywhere to the equipotential surfaces. Clear? You know what's a normal, right? Math students, of course.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
Understood what I said?
Yes.
And again, like I said, they go from higher potential, field lines are pointed from higher potential towards
Lower
lower.
potential.
Okay. Fine. There is one more factor that we want to discuss here. If you think that these field lines, they are all drawn at equal distances from each other. What I mean to say is, suppose first field line has radius, sorry, I take those words back. I mean equipotential surface. If the first equipotential surface is drawn at 1 meter radius, second equipotential surface is drawn at 2 meter radius, third equipotential surface is drawn at 3 meter radius, for example. Okay, so what is the distance between any of these two here? It's always 1 meter. Clear? Similarly, 1 meter here, everywhere. Fine. What will be the potential at the first one? It will be k cube by 1. Yes or no?
Yes.
This will be k cube by 2. Okay. This will be k cube by 3. Okay. Which gap of potential means which potential difference is more? Think about it. Which potential difference is more? What's the difference between first and second? Subtract. K cube by 2. Clear or not? Okay. What's the difference between second and third? K cube by 6. Very good. So which potential difference is more? Which potential difference is more? K cube by 2. 2 is more. That is, what we are seeing is that if you go from point A to point B, you are going 1 meter. Correct or not? There the potential changes by k cube by 2. If you go from B to C, again you are going 1 meter, but the potential change is only by k cube by 6. Why? It's because here the electric field is stronger, over there the electric field is weaker. Yes? No?
Yes.
If you don't see it, no problem. This will make a change. dV, change of potential, is, or rather minus dV, minus dV is equal to E vector dot dr. Okay, what does this tell you? It tells you that the decrease in potential, minus dV means decrease in potential, depends on electric field. If electric field is more, for the same displacement, suppose same, constant, the decrease in potential for the same displacement, this constant, depends on electric field. If E is more and dr is same, then dV, then this change of potential will be higher in value at least. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Again, here in this region, electric field is stronger compared to the second region. Yes or no?
Yes.
Because this is close to the time. So here, if you go 1 meter, potential changes by or decreases by k cube by 2. But if you go 1 meter over there, potential only decreases by k cube by 6. Did you understand?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So write the same. Okay, I'm going to take off this. Electric field intensity. Electric field intensity or magnitude of electric field is a measure of how quickly or how steeply, gradient समझ पड़े तुमने?
Yes.
How steeply potential decreases or changes. You can also write changes actually in the at that point, not in the direction but just at that point. So what is this telling you? Is that if at some point electric field is more, if at some point electric field is more, right, then the potential will change or drop quickly. Again, let's consider it by another simple example. Suppose there are three equipotentials. And here electric field is strong around A but not so strong around B, then what will happen? Suppose this is 100 volts and this will be 40 volts and then this is only 10 volts. So even though it's like the distance between these two is 1 meter, so as you go 1 meter from here to here, the potential will decrease by 60 volts. Again, electric field intensity is a measure of how quickly or how steeply potential decreases or changes. So here it changes from 100 to 40 or decreases by 60, yes or no, in 1 meter.
Yes.
Got it? But over here in 1 meter it only changes by 30. So you can say roughly speaking, approximately, electric field at A will be nearly on an average twice the electric field at B. Do you understand? In this region again. Okay? Okay or not okay?
Yes.
Sure. Again, this is happening purely due to this thing. That if you take dr as same, if you take dr as same and theta also as same, then you see you don't have to move like this and then say, see, this is so much distance. Okay, whenever you are comparing two things, you try to move in the same direction, only then it makes sense to compare. Got it? So that is telling you that if E is more, potential decreases fast or quickly. Clear? And give a potential gradient. Think about it. Potential gradient. Do you remember velocity gradient? How was dv by dz or something?
Yes.
Velocity gradient. એવું તમને નથી લાગતું કે del v by del x કેવું લખીએ તો એને શું કહેવું છે? Potential gradient. But potential gradient is nothing but electric field with a minus. Potential gradient is nothing but electric field with a minus. Okay?
Yes.
Fine. So that's all about the equipotential surfaces. And now, Priyansh, would you like to ask your question? नहीं, thank you all. पर तू पूछता तो मैंने तो के भले वो आंसर ना आपको तो नहीं पूछूँ ले पर मैंने ये तो करो सु क्वेश्चन तो आई एम आस्किंग यू एनो आंसर मળી ગયો હા કે ના ઓકે ફાઇન ચલો alright everything clear again three key things to remember. One, electric field lines are always normal to equipotential. Second, the direction of electric field or electric field lines will be from higher potential to lower potential. Okay, normal to barabar and higher to lower. Third thing, how quickly potential decreases. That is understood by the magnitude or the strength of electric field. If electric field has more magnitude, there the potential will decrease quickly. Is that okay? Sure. Well. The time is about to end. Take question banage. Go to the exercise. Question 3, if I am not wrong, is about this topic. Yes. Two charges, 2 microcoulomb and minus 2 microcoulomb are placed at point A and B, 6 centimeter apart. Okay. Which two charges? 2 microcoulomb and minus 2 microcoulomb. Dipole or not a dipole? Dipole. Is that okay? So we are free to use all our dipole formula. Okay. Identify an equipotential surface of this system. There may be more than one, we just have to identify one, pick the easiest. Suppose these are the two charges. At how much distance? 6 cm. Plus Q and minus. Okay. We have to identify one equipotential surface. Okay, what's the meaning of equipotential surface? All points on that surface should have same potential. Okay. It's the easiest one of them. At the midpoint of these two, how much is the potential? At the midpoint of these two, how much is the potential? So answer AQ by 3 cm plus A minus Q by 3 cm. Yes or no?
Yes.
Everyone there?
Yes.
At the midpoint of those two, KQ by R, KQ by R, superposition principle. Got it?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
So our potential? 0. Very good. So at the midpoint V is 0. Fine. Can you think of any other point where potential is 0? Very good. Suppose you take one point right on the perpendicular bisector. So on distance can do that. Whatever it is, same here on this side. Yes or no?
Yes.
So as long as the distances are same, as long as the distances from both the charges are same, that point will have how much potential? 0 potential. Clear? All such points will make one equipotential surface. What would it look like? What do you think? Will it just be a line? A line is having clean. It can be a plane. Make sense?
Yes.
Because if I take one point here, then from here to here and from here to here will be same distance. Correct or not? Due to symmetry.
Yes.
Can you all imagine there?
Yes.
Okay. So like that, this is one equipotential system which is a plane. Got it? Let me also tell you what would be the direction. Equator again or bisector? Do you remember what is the direction of electric field on equator of a dipole? Formula बोली जाओ तरह दिया था अभी तो. Direction formula तो ले. Minus AP vector upon r square plus a square raised to 3/2. Okay, so direction to x. Minus p vector. Yes or no? Yes or no, everyone?
Yes.
Opposite of p vector. So p vector के बदल जाए figure में. Left side. So electric field at all these points will be towards the right side. What the sentence answer for it? Electric field at every point is always normal to the equipotential surface. This is the one equipotential surface again. Obviously, if someone says find one, we will always find the easiest. Clear? Got it? There's something in part B as well. What's that?
Direction of electric field.
अच्छा, ये just coincidence. मानो ध्यान न दो, मानो बोलो देखिए कोई. So, what is the direction of electric field? Okay, it will be parallel to AB. Okay, from A going towards B. Is that clear? Fine. Well, that's it for that particular section.